And I'm curious, you know, I'm curious to see what else they're gonna add. Curious what else the big update will like the 1.0 update will give us. But in the same vein, I'm looking forward to playing other stuff too. I'll find shit. I'm sure about it. There's always stuff to play. There's always new stuff to play too. With summer drawing near, I'm also looking forward to or the warmer months being around. I'm also looking forward to Pirate Yakuza. Whether that will be streamed or recorded, I don't know yet. Probably streamed, depending on how quickly I can get through Yik. But that's gonna keep being a project. I'm miffed about the fact that I couldn't, you know, fully play it today, or yesterday rather, or at all, really. But I'm probably gonna stream that tomorrow instead. And then spend the rest of the day up until the stream probably editing, most likely. Also scheduling more uploads. I think it'll work out. I think it'll be good. Hopefully soon I'll be able to work 2 days from home so that I can edit more during work time. That's a joke, obviously. I'm not doing that. Some nice fresh air coming in right now. Like it's already dark outside because it's like 8:15 p.m. And it's starting to cool down a little bit. It was like 23 degrees Celsius all day. It's 18 right now, so it's not even that cold. It's just a bit nicer now. How much money do we have? Jesus Christ. And the funniest part about that is that we already got the most expensive car, so all the other ones we're probably going to be able to afford in one go. In other news, I pre-ordered the Switch this week, finally. Switch 2, specifically. I don't know what else I would be pre-ordering this week as of recording this. So, like, the third week of April. Pretty excited for that, too. June 5th is our release date. I'll probably get it a couple days after that. Apparently, I got an invitation. I wasn't aware of that because actually, you know what? Let me check that. Because apparently I got an invitation from Nintendo. Even though I'm pretty sure I didn't. Did it land in the spam folder? Winscribe, Amazon, Steam, Amazon, Nintendo. What? No. Okay. No, that's just Nintendo Switch 2024. Bullshit. So did I really get that? Let me check the spam folder. Maybe it's in there. Promotions, maybe. Prime, my Nintendo Store. Oh, I did get it. It was in... Okay, that was 4 days ago, though. Give me a moment here. Did I actually just miss the fucking fact that I got an invitation? Oh my god, I did. April 9th. Are you fucking kidding me? Wow, I actually just missed that. That I'm able to... That's insane. Okay, well, it is what it is. Apparently I completely missed it. Because I was wondering anyway, like... This week I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just enter my email address. Maybe it'll work. Right? Maybe I'll be able to pre-order it anyway. Because it always... Whenever I clicked on the thing... It would always just take me to the page where it's like, oh, enter your email address that you got an invitation for. And then I was like, well, shit, I don't know if I got one. I didn't, clearly, because otherwise I would know about it. But then this week I decided, like, you know what? I'm going to enter my email address that's tied to my Nintendo account. And it worked. And I was like, oh, fuck, wait a second. I could have done this the entire time. But I never got an email. And then I just checked, yeah, it was in the promotional folder. I fucking hate Gmail. Because it will automatically, like, not notify you if you get something in the promotional. Because, you know, they like, there's, like, different folders. You have the promotion folder, you have, like, the notificate, or, like, the important folder, and then the notifications for, like, social media or whatever folder. And it will never... notify me if things don't land in the important folder. So I didn't notice that because it was in the promotional folder. But apparently I did get an invite and I could pre-order it because they didn't stop me from doing that. So that's cool. I'm looking forward to it, honestly. I still don't really see the hatred. Especially any hatred that could go beyond, well, then don't buy the console. In my mind, there's not really a reason to hate this thing. And if you do hate it, like I said, then you're just don't buy it. But that's the thing, right? It's like the people who didn't want to buy it already weren't going to buy it. I don't think they complain a lot. And again, you can complain about the price. Like, you should complain about the price. Because they are pretty steep. But, you know, let's also not pretend like every other game isn't also becoming that expensive, so... I don't know. I don't know. And I don't want to make this seem like whataboutism or anything like that, but it's just like, yeah, you know, like, you should complain about it. It doesn't matter if it's Nintendo, Sony, if it's on, like, PC or whatever. It doesn't matter. You should complain about it. But I find it funny that people are going so far out of their way to just, like, be pessimistic about it. When, again, you can just not buy it. I'm gonna sell my crypto, by the way. You can just not buy it, and then that solves the entire problem of you not wanting to spend the money, because then you're not spending the money. And again, if you're complaining about it as like a statement to video games in general and how they're becoming too expensive, then yeah, I get that. I understand that part. Absolutely do. But again, I'm excited. I bought the bundle with Mario Kart World in it. Most likely gonna stream that or record. Well, most likely stream whenever that arrives. I'm just glad that I did my pre-order in the period where they're doing the invite only pre-orders, because if I had not noticed and waited until the open pre-orders, I probably wouldn't have gotten one. This way, I think it's pretty much guaranteed that I'm gonna get it, because they obviously only sent it out to a select group of people, which is still a big group of people, but you know, those are the guys that they're counting on getting one, and I was gonna get one anyway. It's gonna be pretty sick. I'm really excited to see how the games run and everything. I don't think I'm gonna get, you know, like the Zelda Switch 2 editions. Maybe I will get the Kirby Switch 2 edition for the extra content, because I really like that game. And if it's $10 to upgrade it, then that's not a bad deal at all for what looks like a good amount of new content. We'll see. We'll see. Alright, I'm gonna be right back. I don't know, cut this part. I'm taking a piss. It's not that big of a deal. Alright, there we go. That was nice. I needed that. God, have I really been recording for almost 4.5 hours? Alright. I don't think we're gonna extend this one, necessarily. I think we're fine. We have... Wow. Jesus. What about the others? How much money have they made? That's decent. That's a lot more than decent. Pretty good too. Fantastic. How are we on food? Wow, okay. Well, they do eat a little bit more than I expected, kind of. So... Alright, well, we're fine here, so... That's alright still. The crypto miner still doing its thing. We'll see. We'll see how much that really is gonna do for us. Yeah, it's alright. Kind of depends on... Welcome, Pain. Kind of depends on how much, hold on, I have to tab so I can see the funny chat. Drifto. I didn't really drift yesterday, that was a joke, Pain. Obviously. Why would I? That's like the worst thing you can do to your car. Pussy. Yeah, alright. I'll tell you that. Same thing. The next time you cry to me about the fact that you need to pay some fucking shitload of money to get some car part replaced again. I'll tell you the same exact thing. And don't even say that you don't care, because you do every time you cry. Oh no. I don't know, my engine light broken. To be fair, if your engine light is fucking broken, then like you're fucked. Because then you don't even know when your engine is gonna be done. Destroyed. But happy Easter. How are you doing? Are you working today, or is that also actually a holiday over there? I don't know about Americans and their stinky holidays. It's a holiday, but not enough for a day off. This is gay. The gayest shit I've ever heard. Yeah, well, that's what you get for not being Catholic. Sorry. Too bad. Protestant zealots, get fucked. Compatibility with Nintendo Switch accessories. Actually, take a look at that. Joy-Con controllers. These accessories can be used by connecting wirelessly to Nintendo Switch, however, cannot be charged on the Nintendo Switch console. A Nintendo Switch console accessories such as Joy-Con charging grip or Joy-Con charging stand is required. Alright, that's interesting. Nintendo Switch Pro Controller, Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Okay, that's cool. Used connecting wirelessly to Nintendo Switch, it can be charged connecting the Nintendo Switch. Okay, cool. Cannot exit sleep mode on Nintendo Switch using the home button. On Nintendo Switch controllers. Okay. You have to press the button on the console. Good to know my second party controller will work. I would hope so. Nintendo Entertainment NES controllers. Accessories can be used by connecting wirelessly to Nintendo Switch 2, however, they cannot be charged on the Nintendo Switch 2 console, a Nintendo Switch console, or accessories such as Joy-Con charging. Okay. Stylus is usable, which is, like, fair. That's just a stylus. Adjustable, yeah, Nintendo Switch adjustable charging stand. That makes sense that it wouldn't be usable. The dock also makes sense that it wouldn't be usable. AC adapter also makes sense that it wouldn't be usable. High-speed HDMI cable included with Nintendo Switch. It is not compatible as the HDMI cable standards differ. Okay, fair. Ah, shit. Just pulled off the scab where I cut myself shaving and bleeding a lot. I thought it wouldn't. I mean, if this list is to be believed, I don't know where this came from. Micro SD cards, they said that though, in the direct that the SD cards wouldn't be compatible. The SD card hurt? Yeah, but they said that in the direct that it wouldn't work. That you need separate SD cards for the Nintendo Switch 2. Did it, but it still hurt. I mean, why? You can copy over all the data anyway. The Nintendo Switch 2 has a bigger storage built in already. That was one of the problems with the Switch 1, was that it had like barely any storage. So you can just copy over what you have on there. If you have more than 200 gigabytes of storage on your Switch 1, then you already have an SD card anyway. Which I know doesn't work with the Switch 2, but like, I don't know what games you wouldn't have to have that much shit on your Switch 2. Nintendo Switch GameCube controller adapter can be used in TV mode by connecting via USB port. Yeah, cool. So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that does work still. That's kind of sick. The fact that the Joy-Cons work is very interesting, though. I'm just glad I don't need to buy a Pro Controller. I mean, I hope that the second-party stuff works, too. If not, I'll buy a new one. That's not an issue. Rather not, if that's possible. Did I see the Joy-Con 2 price? No. $89.99. Where? On Nintendo's official website, or is that just something somebody said? I'm gonna Google. Amazon. Well, Amazon can like mark up the prices. And go Switch Joy-Con. Sorry, Nintendo Switch Joy-Con price. Okay. Can I please? Maybe if I look at the on the My Nintendo site, they will just show me. Yeah, please send me back to. Okay. Controllers. The Joy-Cons are... Oh, wow, you're correct. Wow, $90 for the Joy-Cons. That's crazy. You were correct. Damn. And the Pro Controller costs just as much, so, like, you might as well just buy a Pro Controller. They come with drift tires included. You say that, but I'm hoping that they won't. I mean, surely that's the one thing they learned from, right? All right. How much cash do we have? 118,000. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, well, sounds to me like we're gonna be able to buy that final setup and also the cars. All right, monitors, 2 of them, cameras, that one, computer case, that one, chair. You can have the orange one. Keyboard, that one, mouse, that one, mouse pad. We'll get that one. Microphone, that one. I really hope the drift isn't unusual as regular ones. Maybe after months they'll use like Xbox and PS5 controllers. To be fair though, I don't remember ever experiencing any kind of Joy-Con drift. For myself. Which obviously doesn't mean that it's not real. What I'm saying is that like, I don't know. I never had that problem. And I mean, I would assume that, you know, like to a degree, you can't really ever stop Joy-Con drift from happening, but like my assumption would be that they are working on not having it be shitty. Am I still playing the streamer game? Yes. Most likely today for the final time for a while. My idea is to just wait for like bigger updates and always come back to playing whenever there's like more stuff added, because right now we've already moved into the biggest house. I'm about to like buy the last streaming employee. We're gonna buy every single car that's available in the game, and then we're gonna buy the golden toilet, and then it'll pretty much be over. Leukemia update. That's not funny. My mom had leukemia. It is funny. Don't worry about it. I'm just fucking with you. Well, I'm not fucking with you about the leukemia. She did have that, but I'm just joking. I'm not offended by it. More money for being bald? Yeah. Remember, use a toilet plunger if you can't pull their hair? Dude, that's my mom. I meant in general. You fucking... I'm banning you. I'm banning you right now. It's fine. I'm joking. I know what you meant. It was just a very unfortunate point to say it at. Finally, I'm free. Wow, what an asshole. Unbelievable. See, now I'm glad you're working on Easter Sunday. Fuck you. I like that I get more offended by you saying you want to be free of this hell than I do by you making fun of people with leukemia. Well, I mean, you weren't even really making fun of them. But you know what I mean. By the way, you might be happy about this, but I am going to most likely stream tomorrow because I couldn't stream on Saturday, and I'm off all week next week, so I will be continuing with Yick. Just doing God's job. What, making fun of people with leukemia? I don't know if he agrees with that. But, suppose you're free to try explaining that to him. Any plans for Prototype 2 yet? Possibly as a recording, maybe. But, I'll see. I'll see. Oh, there. Nope. There we go. That's done. Now we can get that final streaming buddy. Let's see, link worker, hire that fat fuck. That's a bit rude. Jesus Christ. Well, here's your desk, buddy. Have fun. Alright, I have to still get Punk Dan. What would his neon things be? I think I know what they're gonna be. A E E Puda Puta. How am I in terms of skill points? Oh, nice. Alright, we can finally get that. Ba-boom. Now you're a true streaming master, supposedly. Nice. So now all the dudes here are gonna make a lot more cash. So that's gonna be sick. Then we're gonna go out and gonna buy all the cars. And then we'll see. You know, then if we can afford the golden toilet. I guess I can try to go for all the perks before the golden toilet. I can, like, in one fell swoop, get enough cash for the golden toilet, and then also get enough... Well, actually, I don't know if we're gonna get enough skill points. By the way. Still kind of okay on food. So what are you doing today? Are you in the garden or 6? We can order 10. Yeah, garden area. Nice. Do you think it's gonna be chill or... $50-50? Fair. It's wrong. Wow, 8,000 already. I'll take that, thanks. 7,000, also almost 8,000 actually. What about you? 800, that's not a lot. What about you? 4,000. I can work with that. What about you, big boy? This guy's so fucking fat, he's clipping through his own shirt. That's alright. It's Easter, but many people are with their families, so it's kind of tame right now. Yeah, I get that. I'll have to work the 2nd of May, which is a day right after a holiday over here. Or I guess it's also a holiday in everywhere in the world, right? Because it's Labor Day. So right after Labor Day. And most people are probably not going to be at work that day anyway, so it'll just be like a chill day. I'll probably take my Switch with me and play something. Maybe I'll just play some Mario Kart. Pass the time. Because, like, nobody's gonna be there anyway. But, you know. There have to be, like, 2 people present for some fucking reason. That's whatever. I don't care. Alright, let's go get some cars. I'm gonna not drive there. I'm just gonna run. Because otherwise, how am I gonna get... I mean, I would have to do that anyway, right? Because I gotta get the car back somehow. But yeah, it's alright. There's nothing really crazy gonna go on. And then I'm excited for June, because we're going to the theme park in Germany. In August, we're going to Italy. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I think I said this, I don't know when I said... No, I might have not actually said it on any recording or anything, but, we're gonna go see the Minecraft movie next Wednesday. That'll be exciting, I think. I mean, I don't know. Chicken jockey. All right, let's see. We've got 6,000 mine. 14,000 mine. 21,000 mine. 4,500 mine. Is that all the cars you had? You sure you're not hiding anymore? Well, you don't get an achievement for buying all the cars? Well, that's bullshit. Why is my bike at that dude's place? I just realized that. Or did I leave it there when I drove there? Oh Lord. Well, that's... I still have 80,000 bucks left. So I can probably pretty easily buy the golden toilet already. Alright, there we go. First car, returned home. Well, technically second car, but you know what I mean. But yeah, overall, honestly, I had fun with this game. I can't say that I didn't. There were some like pretty good moments. I think overall, it's not as interesting as other simulator games, but I got a good amount of content out of it and a good amount of fun. Like, hello there, it's me, future Sliggy from far into the future of I don't know, 3 months, after recording this. You may have noticed that I suddenly cut out. Past Sliggy is suddenly cut out, and that's why this voiceover is not exactly synced up with what you're seeing on the screen. I don't know what happened, but my audio, like my mic, just suddenly stopped recording. I've never had this problem before, so I don't really know why this is a thing. But yeah, it happened. And I figured, you know, the last, I don't know, 30 minutes. Is it 30 minutes? It's kind of 30 minutes. The last 30 minutes of a video still shouldn't really, you know, be empty. And I've never had a problem with talking a lot, so here we are. But this is also because this is chronologically, not the way it's being uploaded, but chronologically, this is kind of the first recorded playthrough that I finished and is uploaded also onto YouTube. And that's kind of the reason why I didn't just want to leave it off with like, oh, here's just the end of the game, and you can finally bask in the silence of not having to listen to my voice. Yeah, it's kind of hard to still talk about this game in the same way that I talked about it while I was playing it, but I believe I already mentioned maybe a couple of times even. I don't know, because it has been a while since I recorded this for real. Like, as of now, like, the Switch 2 has been out for, fuck me, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks almost. So you know, we're kind of way far from where I originally recorded the last episode of Streamer Life Simulator 2. And I also talked about a little bit how I might come back to this. I'm putting it to rest for now because there's other games that I'd like to play, maybe other simulator games, maybe better simulator games. Truth of the matter is that we still have Schedule 1 going, so maybe, which is, you know, also kind of a simulator, but with like actually involved mechanics. I'm kind of shitting on this game a little bit more than I'm meaning to. Yeah, by the way, I spent a good chunk of the last 30 minutes here just like buying all the cars, and then also some like merch you can buy in the game. I just saw I ran over that guy. Very cool. But in general, I ran over another guy. Hell yeah. But in general, my opinion on this game, it was fine, right? For like a first thing to play and to kind of get into, and to kind of just like do some shit where it doesn't really matter what you're doing because you're quote unquote testing out the recordings. A fat fucking load of shit that did me, because the most important part, or one of the most important parts of a playthrough, the send-off, is just fucked. I have to redo it. But I mean, it is what it is. You can't really change that. Generally though, I think, you know, it was fine. It was good. But there's better games. I'm not like entirely writing off that I would return to this at some point. You know, if there's like a bigger update or something. God forbid there's DLC that you have to pay for this game. But I think overall it was like, it was just something where I said like, yeah, you know, it was cool, it was a good run, but I think 22 episodes is enough. I think I did like 3 recording sessions of this, and we kind of already did everything that you could do in this game. I believe there's a point where I was looking into a secret or something. I don't know if that has already happened or if that's going to happen going forward here. I'm actually watching along with you right now. Can you believe that? We're both. It's like we're in the movies together. It's just a shame that the movie is fucking dog shit because it's just some green guy buying cars and running and driving back and forth between the car dealership, but I don't know. You could get a Quentin Tarantino behind it and then to work, I think. Have a lot more feet too. But yeah, you know, a lot has happened. I believe Star Wars The Force Unleashed is actually finished as an entire playthrough. Like, genuinely finished. We did Deltarune Chapter 3 and 4. We had stream issues like fucking crazy. That was very fun. We finished Doom Eternal. We didn't finish Doom Eternal, we finished Doom the Dark Ages. And yeah, you know, it was just a pretty good ride. I actually haven't recorded anything in a while because I also just this weekend came back from a vacation. So there isn't really a great lot of new things coming down the pipeline apart from Split Fiction, which I also did finally get to record with Pain. And is also actually edited, so I probably isn't releasing today, but most likely tomorrow, I think. Not tomorrow, the next uploading day. Yeah. You know, just a slight bit of new stuff. I am gonna get more into recording again. There's some stuff that I have in mind. But in general, also, I think I talked a lot about the kind of the whole concept of the recordings and what I want to do here and what it is that I'm trying to do here. I think it works out just fine with the concept of, you know, just having one stream per week. I don't really think there's any more really necessary, and I also kind of noticed that the 2 recording sessions that I might have during a weekend are plenty to have enough content to upload. And now a little bit less so because I'm kind of running dry. I will have to start a new playthrough of something or other to keep it up a little bit. But for example, Schedule 1, the second session is entirely done edited. Is entirely done / edited. That was the sentence. And that's gonna go up, so I have a bit of a buffer still, but there is obviously something that I still have to like add to have another playthrough. I've also got the German videos that are honestly also completely ready. I just couldn't be fucked to actually schedule them. Like, literally, that's the whole thing. But those are gonna happen most likely in tandem with the stuff that's being released this week in English. But that's, you know, also something where I'm like, I don't like, it's content, but I think the core audience of mine is like, you know, watching a lot of stuff in English just because I've been doing like content in English for so long that I don't think most people would like actually gain anything from watching the German videos. But I mean, they're still gonna happen. They're still gonna release the same way, and they're still gonna be watchable for everybody, obviously. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of things that I feel like I'm able to do now that I'm just recording, because recording is also something that I could theoretically do during a week or something when I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, or I don't know what to do. I've been playing with the idea of recording some sessions of Elden Ring Night Rain where I do some runs. I've been playing with the idea, although like there, for example, in my mind, that might be more fitting to a stream or something. I've also been thinking about playing some Mario Kart, the new one on the Switch too. where might also be better for a stream than a recording, rather, but there's stuff coming out which I would rather focus on for streams, even though I'm pretty sure I still have like at least 2 gaming streams to bridge over until the new Donkey Kong releases, and then that's gonna be a live playthrough. The Pirate Yakuza game is also kind of something that I want to get into. Maybe that could serve as something good for a recording. I was also thinking about bringing back the Fire Emblem game, 3 Houses, and also 3 Hopes eventually too. Maybe those could serve as something that could be recorded. We'll have to see. I think in general, you know, like I said, like the great part is that I have the time to I as of right now, I still have the time to record and to edit, often while I'm working from home, which is pretty neat. I think, is this the part where I start buying the little plushies? I think so. Sorry, I'm drinking. It's very hot. It's like 33 degrees Celsius outside. I should set up my AC, quite frankly. But yeah, you know, there's ideas there. I'll just have to see. I'd still, you know, prefer to kind of handle. Oh yeah, that's right. I bought the golden toilet. I forgot about that. I'd still prefer to kind of do new playthroughs as streams, because I believe that that's gonna be a bit more interesting, right? I think a lot of people, or at least those of you who subscribed and are watching this, would prefer to see new games as streams, because it's just, I don't know, better for interaction and whatnot. And then, you know, regular playthroughs of games are just gonna happen that way. I mean, I also want to play stuff like Prototype 2, thank you, forgot the name. And I think, you know, it might be a cool thing to play that as a recorded playthrough. I kind of enjoy that stuff. It was also really nice to play something with somebody else. Split Fiction with Pain was extremely fun, which I'm hoping you guys will also see. So stuff like that is also obviously on the table. If there's games that can be played 2-player that way, will be very, very awesome. But yeah, like I said, you know, like generally speaking, that was sort of the gist of the end here. I was just kind of doing random shit as much as possible to see, like, okay, what is it that you can buy in the game? Ultimately, it's a very, or it felt like a very mellow experience that kind of petered out completely by the end of it, because, and I mentioned this during the playthrough as well, that there just isn't a lot to do. And I will be right back just a moment. All right, excuse me, I got a call. I don't remember what I was talking about, but I believe I mentioned that, yeah, you know, I was just kind of testing out what you can do in this game. And like I said, I think that at the start it was pretty fun, but then you kind of achieve every goal super quickly, like genuinely super quickly, and it's kind of missing that build up for me, right? Like other simulator games, you play them longer and you have these like longer stretches of, I guess, grinding, you could say, to get enough money to buy the great upgrades and whatever. In this game, it all kind of felt like there was past, I don't know, the first maybe 4 hours, there wasn't much of a point in doing anything other than streaming, because like within the game, the streams sort of just gave you the most money possible anyway, especially with the perks, especially with the upgrades. It all kind of just felt very moot. I love the watermarked AI anime image. That's not even AI, actually. I think that's just some random generic AI anime art. But yeah, like I said, I don't think there's anything, at least as of the time of me playing this, which, like I said, is a couple months ago. I don't believe there is a lot here that really merits keeping the playthrough going. There's no customization or anything anymore that's like interesting. We also like got into the clothes buying and whatever. It's not that deep. It's genuinely not that deep. And in that regard, for me, I just said like, okay, you know, it's fine. We bought all the things. We saw what just about everything was like. We even went to the Bunny Casino Club, where they had 3 models of women copy pasted 6 times. And you know, that's kind of it. I guess the biggest issue with something like this is that if it doesn't hook you, if there's not enough to go around, there's not really any point in keeping on playing. I noticed I could have like genuinely endlessly kept on playing this, but it wouldn't have really changed anything. I believe this is the part where I check out the secret. I didn't actually realize that also just kind of was in here. I guess because I expected it to be a bit later. But yeah, you know, there's like I said, for me personally, there's just not enough to really go around with this game. And I suppose in that regard, it's just kind of it just kind of turned boring. I don't think I wanted to use the word boring when I described this originally when I recorded this, but it is kind of boring. But yeah, you know, like there's plans for other games. It served its purpose as kind of the first thing that I decided to record and put the effort in, and kind of worked as my prototype to see, you know, how is this doable? Can I really edit these so easily while I'm doing something else? How long does it take to edit these, really? And the truth of the matter is that it's with the way I'm going for it, where I'm, you know, still leaving the episodes kind of open. I just trim the genuine, like, fat, I guess. It's all very simple. Like I said before, I'm probably for something like a recording session or two of Night Rain, I would probably, you know, get out the old editing software and just kind of cut it down to the most important parts. Because, you know, that's not like, there's not really a plot there, but for most games where most of the gameplay is kind of important, I mean, I don't know if I can really call this important here, but I think you know what I mean. For most regular game playthroughs where there's also actually a story to the game, I don't think there's much of a point in like removing a lot of the footage unless it's genuinely something where I'm like, I don't know, if I'm stuck at a boss for like 2.5 hours, I think I can probably remove that. Other than that, though, I don't know where else to go with this. Really, I'm just sort of trying to to bridge it over until the episode's done. The problem is also that I don't really remember what I was talking about for a lot of it. I believe I'm either looking for a secret right now, or I'm just like taking the bike on a tour around the map for a couple of rounds. I think my issue with this game in particular is that it's just kind of too open, right? There are no restrictions. I sort of, or not just sort of, I kind of praised Schedule 1 for the idea of like introducing the curfew, where there are times when you're just like genuinely not allowed to be outside, or you can be, but then there's a certain point in time where the day will just automatically flip over, or will kind of force you to flip over because nothing else moves anymore after a certain point in time. And I think this game could benefit from that. I think it's way too easy to do everything. There isn't enough to look at. There isn't enough to explore. There isn't really anything that's just keeping you from just playing the game for forever. Like, you just play it and nothing bad ever happens. You know, you can't die. We got swatted that one time and it didn't do jack shit. It was just a thing that happened. Which is also why I don't know if I would ever like check out anything else from these guys. I think they kind of, I don't know. I don't know if they really put that much effort into their games. I think they kind of just bring something out and then hope that it gets some, you know, some like media traction through streamers and YouTubers and whatever. And then they hope that other people, oh yeah, my favorite, the crack.png that floats above the street. They kind of hope for, you know, that whole thing where YouTubers kind of advertise the game for free, and then it's kind of popular for 3 months, and then they don't ever push out content for it again. Because the funny thing is, if I look at something like Supermarket Simulator, right, which I also have, and I've also played a little bit, they are still releasing like a bunch of content, and there's like big updates that happen fairly regularly from what I see. And I don't know how many people still play that, but I think, you know, it's doing all right. It's just that a lot of these simulator games, I think, are kind of, they're kind of just banking on the idea of like, oh, you know, we'll make some like semi shitty game. We'll put like half the effort in that we would normally, and if it's a little bit janky, that's fine too, because that's comedy and people like that when it's a little bit janky. But the problem is that there's just no substance to it all, right? There's very little meaning to anything you do when there are no penalties for anything. Literally, the game doesn't even force you to pay your bills. If you quite literally just don't go to sleep, the days don't move on. So you can potentially be in the same day for like, I don't know, 8 day and night cycles, which I think I might have actually done in this game, with no penalty whatsoever, and you can get a massive amount of cash, and then, you know, you can just pay off your bills and then move on like nothing fucking happened. And I think that's the issue here, right? There's no stakes, there's no drawbacks, there's really nothing that's keeping you from succeeding, and it's kind of boring, honestly. It is like I said, I was averse to using that term when I originally recorded this, but it is kind of that. It is kind of that, and that's sad because I spent money on this, but also because I don't know, it was funny, right? Like when you see the stuff for the first time, when you do a lot of the stuff for the first time, there's like that feeling that you have in simulator games of, man, now I've really made progress because I can afford the cool computer or the cool graphics card or whatever. But it fades so quickly because it doesn't mean anything. The types of streams you do, they don't require any of that. That's literally just for the gaming streams. And even those don't really like super benefit from that because they don't involve any mini games, any like, okay, yeah, you got fucking Counter-Strike fake, and then you've got fucking Cookie Clicker, and that's it. And that's sort of my issue. That's sort of my problem, is that you just don't get a lot. You just genuinely do not get a whole lot, which is frustrating because that's, you know, that's what you're supposed to get in a game like this. Is like, you're supposed to be working all the time to get the better stuff, and then when you have the better stuff, there's even better stuff, and you know, when you expand, there's even more to do because now you have to micromanage this and that, and it's kind of missing for me in this specific regard. But either way, what it looks like is that I have about a minute left to speak. If not, I'll just go a little bit over. If yes, then you will, I guess, stop hearing me in a second, and you'll just hear the outro. But either way, I still hope that you guys enjoyed this playthrough. I still hope that you guys had fun watching me bumble my way through this shit. Affectionately, shit. And yeah, I hope you enjoy this style of gameplay that's gonna be here for now. I'm still gonna be doing streams. The amount of streams might even increase again at some point when I have more time and less of a problem with streaming during the week and at later times and keeping people awake with that, apparently. But yeah, you know, I'm gonna keep going with this kind of stuff, specifically for games where I'm not sure it would even make sense to have it be a stream. I'm still going to possibly adjust the process here and there. There's gonna be changes going on overall with a lot of this. But yeah, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you had fun. And yeah, you know, I'll hopefully see everybody on the next playthrough with hopefully less of a need to record this all in post. So editing Sliggy signing out. Past Sliggy is passed out. And stay safe and goodbye.